Hi everyone, this is Nina from Raphaela Soul Sessions. How are we all doing? My goodness. What a time to be alive. An amazing time to be alive. And what an amazing time to be operating in this current dimension. I wanted to come on because I hadn't been on in a little while. I tried to create a video last week of a session that I had for myself with another lovely practitioner, Sonia Wilder, soniawilderwellness.com. I tried to make a video of that session and it was just not happening. I made the video and I tried to get it downloaded and ready for posting, and it just would not do it. And then eventually it did it, but there was no sound. So it was just like, okay, this does not want to happen right now. So I've not been able to post that yet, but I need to go back in and work on it because there was some lovely information. It was all about, we explored a past life of mine, and then I went and I connected with some of my main guides who are ascended masters, and I embodied a lot of their energy and welcomed a lot of their messages and information into my heart, and I reached that state of pure consciousness, pure oneness, pure 0 point field, just that amazing space. And you know it if you've been there. If you've been there, you take it with you. It's always with you. And the thing is, we've all been there. We all come from there and we all go back there. It's the state everyone's looking for when they're here. But the thing is, you are able to embody both that state and be in this physical world as well. So but not many people have actually experienced that, and with these sessions you can. And I've been there before in other sessions. I had a session for myself a while ago now, and I went into that heart porthole, heart space. It's the same state of being where nothing else exists but pure love, and everything else is just obsolete. It's just a pure state of awareness and love, and just it just is. It's just there's nothing else exists there. And when I went there in this session, it was just so clear that if everybody could feel this, which we all have in us, because it's who we all really are, then this world would change like that, because we would all understand so much more about who and what we are, and nothing else would matter. So I've been in and out of that state since then. I've just, the day after that session, I was still in that place. But then I noticed the day after that my my ego came in, started telling me horrible things about myself, and that monkey mind started rattling again, and you're like, okay, here I am back in the third dimension in this mind state. But when you go there in these sessions, you take a part of it with you wherever you go. And there was a point in that session, and I will share that bit of that session because it was really amazing, where it was Mary Magdalene was speaking through me, and she was saying how we need to, in every situation we are in, right now with people with you know, every different opinion about what's going on in the world. We need to operate in this space of just pure love towards everyone and to find that common ground. It can be so easy to have really charged conversations with people who have a different point of view about certain things in our world right now, and it can be so easy to get very, you know, charged and passionate about it, because the ego wants to be right about it. It wants to be validated. It wants to be right. It wants to, but what this session was saying was that, you know, you need to get more into that heart space of really accepting that these people who have these different ideas about the world from you, they are just on their path. They're on their journey. They've chosen whatever they've chosen to be their experience, and us as individuals, we need to respect everybody's journey and where everybody is on their journey. Not everybody's in the same space. Not everybody's in the same understanding, but you can still find that spark of light and love for every single person that's out there. You don't need to be trying to change people's minds or telling people that they're wrong for having a certain idea or opinion about what's happening in the world. You can still look at them through the eyes of love, and it's just a really, really powerful moment and message. And it was interesting when that message came through, because earlier that day, before I had begun this session, I was on a bus and I was going into town, and I noticed myself observing everyone on the bus and outside of the bus. And there was a man sitting at a bus stop, and he was just absolutely miserable, and he had a can of like that energy drink Monster beside him, which is not good stuff. He had that beside him, and just the look on his face was so dark and pained, and all I could do was just beam love at him and smile. And I don't even know if he saw me, but I just shared that light and that energy with him. And the message that came through this session was that you have to just keep doing that with everybody you come into contact with. Just beam this pure love at them, because you never know how much you might change somebody's experience through just a moment of pure connection and pure love. And I've kind of carried that with me since the session, and I try and operate like that, you know, even when I'm out and about. And I can feel, you know, I can feel people's fear everywhere I go. And I just try and soften that with love. That's all we can do. But also just be respectful that, you know, everybody has their path that they've chosen, and that's that. So anyway, I'm just talking at you. What else did I want to talk about? I wanted to talk about, I'm just about to do my newsletter for this month. I'm like halfway through it. I'm just starting to do my newsletter. Sorry guys. If anybody wants to join my newsletter, then you can go to my website, www.raphaelasoulsessions.com, and there's a pop-up when you go on my website to join my mailing list. And in that will be the deal that I have running right now. I decided that because, you know, when when I tune into the collective field, and I often do, I'm very connected to it, and it's not something like I don't like labeling myself as, you know, psychic or, you know, any of these, you know, I am clear, whatever. I don't like the labels. I do the work I do, and I am who I am, and the abilities that I have just come online when they're ready to. I don't like to name what they are, but I'm just me, and we all have these abilities. They just come online at different times for different people. Some people go through life never knowing what they are. Some people really, you know, really connect to those abilities and really, what's the word? Nourish them. And it's yeah. So one of my abilities is that I'm very in tune with the collective field, and I can often just feel, hey Mowgli, pose. Hello. I can often just feel where the collective is at that point. And recently I've been feeling that there's just some really deep struggle, just really, really deep pain and struggle. And what are you doing, Mowgli? You just getting yourself comfy? Yeah, come on then, sit down. Sorry, guys. Cats just... He did this during the session the other day. I was doing during my session with Sonia. He came and he took over my screen, as he's doing right now. And then he decided that he was going to come and sit on me for the first part of the session. Mowgli, can you... Mowgli. So this is exactly what he did the other day, and then he wanted to be part of the session, and he came and sat on me, and we were going through the lifetime, and I mentioned that I had this little black Scotty dog, this little hairy thing with a beard, and his name was Rufus. And Sonia, the practitioner, she said, look into his eyes and see if you recognize that soul. And at that exact moment, Mowgli put his paw on my hand. He like stretched out and put his paw on my hand. And I just knew that was Mowgli in that lifetime as a dog. And I'm like, no wonder you're so yappy. My yappy cat. And it was really powerful. It was just a really powerful moment because, you know, in that moment I realized that he's been with me for so many lifetimes. He's been around me for so long, and he's just like a helper. Our pets are helpers through our lives, and they stay with us. And it was just a really beautiful, emotional moment. So I love that. I love those moments in sessions. His hair is everywhere. He's finally settled. Okay. Did you just want me to tell that story? Is that what it was? I think so. I think he just wanted me to tell that story. Bless you, Mogers. Where was I? What was I saying? I have completely forgotten. I was talking about... Yes, my deal that I have going at the moment. I think that was where I was headed. Yes, there's some really deep struggle happening in the collective right now. We are all fed up. We're just fed up of living like this. And this past year, it has been a massive trauma for so many people. And yeah, people are tired and they're struggling, and I felt this for a couple of days, and then what usually happens is I feel it in the collective, and then people start coming to me and reporting what I felt. So it's like the confirmation of what I've been feeling. So yeah, people have been really struggling, and I know people are concerned with so many areas of their life, and then, you know, with their abundance and so much. And I just want to be able to help as much as possible and try and make this work accessible as possible for everyone. You don't have to be loaded to explore your consciousness and have one of these healing sessions. You can, you know, I always say, if I was in this work for the money, I would be in it for the wrong reasons. So I'm doing a deal right now. So how my payment system works is that you pay a deposit, which secures your session date, and your pre-talk date if they're separate. I can offer you a separate pre-talk and session date if that's needed, because the pre-talk's 2 hours. But usually it's just all at once. I just like to be flexible for everyone. I know we have different lives and different lifestyles. I know there's, like, being a parent, I understand that sometimes you only have a certain amount of time without your kids. And there's things that need to get done in that time. So I get it. So this is why I try and be as flexible as possible. But anyway, I'm going off on another tangent. So yes, I want to try and make this work accessible for everyone. And so for the next month, I guess, I'm going to be offering the deposit amount at 144 instead of 222. It's usually 222. At the moment, it's 144 for your deposit. And then after your session, there will be a following donation of your choosing. I don't want to put a number on that. I want that to be in line with how you feel the session has been for you. And yeah, so that's my offering right now. So if anybody feels the calling to dive in and have one of these amazing sessions, then feel free to reach out and we can get you all booked in and sorted. Oh, Puss, he's still on my, he's had a big yawn in my face. Funny cat. What else did I want to say? Yeah, I done a couple of really amazing sessions recently. One for a local client, which was in person. I think I spoke about that one on my last video. I posted last week, didn't I? That was a beautiful session. And following that, she offered me a beautiful healing photography experience where we went into the woods, and I begun to tell a part of my story. I didn't tell my whole story. I just really focused on the things that were present for me right now and what was coming up for me. And she began to take photographs of me, and this was just an amazingly beautiful experience. It was so lovely, and I received the photographs last week and I was really blown away. I was really touched by it. I've never seen myself in that way, so raw and so vulnerable, and it was really amazing experience. So that was lovely, and I'm just really, really grateful for the amazing people that come into my field, and just the connections that we get to make doing this work, you know, with our clients and with other practitioners. It is just overwhelming sometimes how beautiful the people are that come into our field. And it's, you know, we're all reflections of each other, of each other's lights, and the love that we feel for everybody who comes into our field is just a part of ourselves that we're remembering to love as well, because everybody just is a reflection of us, and in some way they're showing us a part of ourselves that either we've forgotten how to love, or that we need to remember how to love, or that just showing us our own light. And It's just lovely. It's a lovely thing. So I did a session this weekend. I don't know if I've talked about tandem sessions on here before. I think I probably have. I've been doing this channel for a while. So we can do tandem sessions where more than one person goes under. It's usually two. I've not tried more. I'd be up for trying more, but I've not tried more. And I have done a tandem session before for a couple of my colleagues. They're so much fun because it's just pure experimentation, and you know, the energy of a session between a practitioner and a client is super powerful anyway, but when you had someone else in there, it's even more powerful. This one was very different. This was with two of my colleagues, Susanna Simincic and Daniela Jansen, I think, who's from Germany. Susanna's from Slovenia. I have videos with Susanna. She's a really, really close friend of mine, and it was really lovely to work with Daniela as well. I hadn't met her before, so that was fun. And it's just a really great chance for us to explore. And the reason why you would do a tandem session is because some people really struggle to go under hypnosis. Some people can be quite, you know, in their heads, or just unable to relax enough to get into that state. So when you add another person, it can be easier to help gently guide the person into that state. And when you're working in this field, if somebody's experiencing something, it can be likely that the other person can start to experience similar things as well, and there can be overlaps in their experience. It's loads of fun. It's so cool. So there are other practitioners who do lots of tandem sessions for clients. Or they do surrogate sessions for clients who maybe can't go under as well. So there's lots of different ways that people can receive the type of healing that's on offer with this work. So it's really, really cool. And there was a couple of really lovely collective messages, and coming back around to what I was talking about with people struggling in the collective right now, there was a message, and I'm going to read it to you. There was a message about the struggle that's happening right now and how to navigate that. So, and it came through both of them. It's really beautiful how the information can come through one in one way and then can come through slightly different in another. So I just kind of blended it together as it was blended in the session. And I just want to read a little bit of that to you. So bear with me, I'm reading from my phone. Okay, so the question I asked was, is there any guidance for those who are deeply struggling right now? And the higher self, not really plural, because it's the same stream of consciousness we're tapping into. We would remind them that you're never alone in this struggle, and that there is a choice. Souls have chosen prior and within their current lives who to turn to, where to put their attention, what and who to listen to, what to do with their energy, and where to spread and share their energy, and indeed where to leave their energy. It always comes down to choice and discernment in line with their inner truth. All the struggle that is occurring is pushing people to find the wisdom held within them. Oh, I've just noticed a spelling mistake. Hang on, I'm going to go in and change that right now. Excuse me whilst I edit my my spelling mistake. There we go, save. I want to get that one right because it was was an important part. All the struggle that is occurring is pushing them to find the wisdom held within them. Everyone and everything they need, everyone has everything they need within them. Sometimes they need support to access that. And they have the opportunity to access that by finding those they resonate with, to support and assist them with how they can go within and listen to that inner voice, the voice inside that is kind, compassionate, supportive, and loving, their higher self. Many have forgotten that they have free will and that life is not about doing what they're told from an external force. There is much help out there. You just have to recognize it, and that you're worthy of it. It's okay to ask for help and step beyond being a victim of your life. You have the capacity to change that. Many have chosen struggle for soul growth, but you can choose a different path. You're far more powerful than you realize. Be open to new opportunities and experiences out with your comfort zone. Free yourself from the restrictions and security that you have placed upon yourself for so long. See what it is that triggers the unpleasant emotions that come up, and begin to look at why they're there. Observe your worry, detach from it so that you can observe it. Try to identify where it comes from and what it's trying to show you. It is then you can begin to cultivate gratitude, release, love, and a more open mindset. It can be tough to step away from struggle to joy, but there are many steps in between that can help you grow and maintain an inner sacred space of peace and harmony, no matter what's occurring around you. Ask yourself, what is the first step that you can take towards gratitude and those higher vibrational emotions? Choose to step forward in that direction. So thank you very much to my beautiful colleagues, Susanna and Daniela, for bringing forward those messages. And I hope that helps anybody who comes across this video with choosing to have another experience within their experience. You know, we all make plans before we get here about how our life's going to go and what things are going to happen within our lives. But we all have choice and we all have free will, and we all need to remember that we have free will and that we can choose the experience we want to have. I get it a lot where people say, you know, things are happening to me or things are against me, and it's difficult to come out of that mindset. It's difficult to fully accept and take responsibility for your own life. It's hard to do that, but when you do that, when you do realize that you create everything in your life as a mirror to what you're feeling about yourself and what you're putting out there, then you can start to see what it is your higher self is showing you in your experiences of the world. You can start to understand that there's a deeper meaning to every experience that you have. And everything that you're going through is mirroring to you a part of yourself that you need to look at, or that you need to remember, or that you need to learn from. And that all leads to your soul's growth, which is why we're here. So I hope that makes sense. And if it doesn't, that's okay. So yeah, this was my message for today. I hope you liked this just kind of casual ramble. I love you all so very much. Thank you for being here. Thank you for joining. If you're new, thank you so much for being a subscriber to my little baby channel and listening to me ramble here in my wee house in Scotland. Thank you, wherever you are in the world, for coming on this journey with me as a quantum healer. It's the most incredible journey. I can't even describe. Like I had no idea what I was getting myself into becoming a quantum healer, but I am so glad I chose this path because I love it. It's the most amazing and fulfilling career path that you know, you can possibly imagine. And yeah, on that note, thank you so much for being here and watching, and I love you all so very much, and I hope you have a beautiful day wherever you are. If you want to snap up my summer offer, then give me a shout and we will speak very soon. Lots of love. Take care. Bye.